Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be ranking the top 10 point guards in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM. Now, I haven't done a top 10 list in a while, and I just want to remind y'all these lists are, for one, entirely my opinion, and for two, they're not like the tier lists that I do. The point guard position top 10 rankings that I'm doing may include some primary shooting guards or some primary other positions, and that's going to be true for all of these top 10 lists. Is that there's a good chance that there's going to be players on those lists who don't play the primary point guard position, the primary shooting guard position, or whatever in each of these top 10 rankings, because I think that this is the best way to do a top 10 list, is to include the players who can play that position, not just the players who are that primary position. Before we hop into this video, if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 3,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day and would really appreciate your support if you haven't already, if you do subscribe. But without further ado, let's not waste any time. Let's hop right into it and start off with number 10. So at number 10, I have Collin Sexton. I think Collin Sexton is probably right on that borderline top 10. There's a couple other guys who I think you could make an argument for outside the top 10, or right at that top 10, I should say. But Collin Sexton is the guy I did decide to go with in 10th place, coming in with a 93 offense, 88 defense, 6'1" with a 6'7" wingspan, hotspots from 3 out of 5 spots from outside the three-point line, 5 hops, which are fast twitch, fearless finisher, slithery, downhill, and quick first step. Quick first step is a super nice hoff to have. He does get limitless spot if you want to add it to him. Playmaking badges are super solid. Silver handles today's is solid. No dimer is a little bit disappointing, but I don't think dimer is the most crucial badge this year. Does need badges like chase down artist, interceptor, intimidator, menace, things of that nature added to this card. But he's a solid defender. He's got really good speed. He's a good shooter. He can dunk the ball as well. Jump shot is super solid, 94. On quick is a nice quick release, easy to green. Quick dribble style as well. Sigs are decent. Like, he's just a solid all-around card. Really, the biggest thing is that he's undersized, only 6'1", but I do think he is a super solid card who you can use with a good release, good dribble sigs, and solid badges as well. At number 9, I decided to go with De'Aaron Fox. I'm not even sure how to type in De'Aaron's name, but we'll just do it this way. And yeah, De'Aaron Fox is he's a super solid card, just a guy who I think has gotten a bit overlooked at this point, because there definitely are some better point guards. But he's 6'3" with a 6'6" wingspan, 3 out of 5 hotspots, 4 hops, which are fast twitch, unstrippable, downhill, and quick first step. So similar Hall of Fame badges to Collin Sexton. It does need limitless spot up and sniper added, as well as maybe intimidator, menace, potentially chase down artist, things like that added to him. He's a really solid defender though, good dunker, solid shooter, really good speed, suitable and acceleration with 97s, as well as that Hall of Fame quick first step and downhill. He's super fast. Paul George with the John Wall upper. It's a lefty release, very easy to green, very smooth, quick dribble style. Kawhi Leonard Pro 5 behind the back. His sigs are super solid. The reason that I have him above Sexton is because he has a little bit more size, and I feel like that helps him out a bit on the defensive end of the court. And overall, I just think he's that slightly better card. These cards are very, very similar, but I do give the slight edge to De'Aaron Fox. At number 8, we have another card who is right in that same tier of guys, the short, athletic point guards, and that is Damian Lillard. Dame is a super solid point guard. His release is elite. He's got 9 hoffs, which are a lot more hoffs than some of these other guys. Hall of Fame limitless spot up, Hot Zone Hunter, Green Machine, catch and shoot, hyper drive, space creator, badges like that. There's some really solid badges in this card. Definitely needs like clamps, interceptor, intimidator, menace added to him. I would definitely add those badges as well as ankle braces. But other than that, he doesn't really need any other badges added, just those defensive badges. Defensively, he's very mediocre. But my biggest thing about him is that he's 6'2" with a 6'7" wingspan. So just like these guys are kind of short, Dame is too. I don't feel like he plays defense at a significantly lower level than those guys, and he's a better overall offensive card. 93 shot 3, 95 driving dunk, good speed, suitable and acceleration. His jumper is really good. I love Dame's jumper. It's one of the better jumpers in the game, I think. Sigs wise, he's solid as well. Not elite, but definitely solid sigs. And yeah, overall, I just think he gives you more in the offensive end of the court than a De'Aaron or a Sexton. So for that reason, I did put him at number 7. At number 6, we have John Wall, who I think is definitely still a super solid point guard. Not quite a guy that I ever loved, but I think he definitely is really solid. Comes in with a 6'4" height, 6'9" wingspan. He's got a little bit more size than these other guys so far, which is nice. 6 hops for sniper, cast, stop and pop, dimer, quick first step, acrobat, and fearless finisher. His limitless spot up can be upgraded to gold. He was the reason he's so good is because he's a glitched card, so he has a really good shooting ability in addition to his slashing, his speed, and his defense. He's a super solid defender, comes with most of the key defensive badges besides like an intimidator, rim protector. Shooting badges are great, maybe a mismatch expert could be added. Playmaking badges, same thing, really, really good. The biggest thing that hurts this card is that he has base dribble style. If he had a better dribble style, a quick or a shifty or even a fundamental, I think you could make an argument that he's like right up there for best point guard in the game. But with this dribble style, it does hurt the card, especially because his release is mediocre. It's solid, it's easy to grain, it's relatively quick, but it's not like the greatest release ever. And then defensively, he's solid, but again, he's not the greatest defender. Doesn't have Hall of Fame defensive badges. Defensive stats are decent, but he has a really low block rating, so he's not going to get a lot of blocks, which is something that would be nice, as well as that low interior defense. I'd like to be him to have those a little bit higher, so that he's able to get more contests against the taller point guards. And I think that's one thing that he is lacking, in addition to not having that dribble style. And for that reason, I'm not putting him any higher than number 7. At number 6, I'm going Allen Iverson, who is about the highest rated that y'all will see any short point guard on these lists for the rest of the year. With Allen Iverson only being 6 foot tall, I think putting him 6th even could be a bit generous. 6 with a 6'3" wingspan. Now here's the thing, statistically, badge-wise, hot zones, he's the best point guard in the game. He's got 98 speed and excel, 98 speed with ball, 90 driving dunk, 96.5 three-pointer. Defensive stats are really good except for that block and interior defense rating, but he's only 6 foot tall. Badge-wise, again, he's elite. Playmaking badges are elite. Defensive badges, he has clamps, pickpocket, and ball stripper on Hoff, sniper and mismatch expert in shooting. Basically comes with the vast majority of the key badges that he needs. Like, you can add chase down artist, rim protector, things like that, but those aren't really going to make much of a difference on him because he is only 6 foot tall. His jumper is really good. His sigs are solid. He's a great card, but the biggest problem with this guy is that at only 6 foot tall, he's going to get mashed so easily, even by other point guards. Like a 6'4" John Wall is going to mash Allen Iverson consistently. He's a really solid perimeter defender, and he's an elite offensive card, but his lack of size hurts him on both ends of the court at times, and is the reason that I just can't find myself putting him any higher than number 6 right now. At number 5, I'm going with Steph Curry. I think some people would have Steph Curry higher. I think on next gen he might be a bit higher, but I mainly play current gen, and I don't think he's higher than number 5 on current gen right now. 99 offense, 93 defense. I'm sorry, 6'3" with a 6'3" wingspan. So he's got short wingspan, but he does have a decent height for a point guard. It's not the best, but it is better than most of the other guys on this list. Also has a better player build than most of the other guys on this list so far, except for John Wall. 14 hops, which is phenomenal. Basically every shooting badge you could want, as well as quick chain, gold quick for step. He's got all the gold playmaking badges you need. Defensively, it comes with gold clamps, ankle braces, interceptor, pick dodger, pickpocket, but you could definitely add the intimidator, the hustler, the menace, things like that to him. Defensively, again, really solid on the perimeter. Interior and block leaves some to be desired. And obviously he's going to be an elite shooter. He's Steph Curry. He's the greatest shooters ever lived, but he's really got super solid speed. He can dunk open, and his jumper is phenomenal. Obviously, Steph Curry on quick is one of the best jumpers in the game every single year. He moves incredibly in the half court and the full court. He's got the Curry slide. Yeah, he's got some of the best dribble sigs in the game, and overall is probably the best. You could make an argument he's the best offensive point guard in the game. Defensively, he leaves a bit to be desired, which is part of the reason that I'm not putting him any higher than 7 because of his lack of size as well. But I do think offensively he is just absolutely elite. At number 4, I'm going with Gary Payton. I think Gary is still really good. This card has been out for a while. He was the Season 2 Unlimited Award and still is a top 4 point guard in my team. 6'4" with a 6'7" wingspan, an elite defender with 7 Hall of Fame defensive badges, ankle braces, clamps, menace, pick dodger, pickpocket, ball stripper. Shooting badge wise, they're not the best, but he does have sniper that can be upgraded to gold, can get chef. The only key badge he doesn't get is limitless spot up, which admittedly hurts a bit, but you can add basically every other badge you would want to add in this game to Gary. Also, he's a better interior defender and has better size than most of the other guys on this list. Not the highest block rating in the world, but it's better than these other guys. So I think he is, even on the interior, a better defender. And at perimeter defense wise, he's obviously incredibly elite. Has decent size, good speed, shooting is super solid, can dunk. And yeah, jump shot 40, it's a solid release. It's smooth and easy to green. It's not the fastest release in the world. He's not going to be the best 300 by any means, but he has the Pro 3 behind the back, the Pro 2 between the legs, the shifty dribble style. He moves well on the offensive end of the court. He's an elite defender. He gives you a solid amount on the offensive end as well, and I think he does deserve to be a top 4 point guard because of what he can give you on the defensive end of the court. At number 3, I'm going Magic Johnson. I think this is a little lower than some of y'all would have expected me to put Magic, and when Magic came out, I was of the opinion he's the best point guard in the game. My opinion has now shifted from thinking that. As solid as Magic is, I just think that 6'9" with 7 foot wingspan is amazing for sure. But no 3-point hotspots, 10 hoffs, but they're mostly playmaking hoffs. They're not the most crucial ones like a break starter, floor general, needle threader, special delivery. Just don't do much for you. Same thing with teardropper. Rebound chaser is nice. Like in terms of his switchability on defense, he gives you better in that area than any other point guard in the game because he gives you elite defensive versatility because he can guard a 3. He can even guard a 4. He even can get you a stop against a 5 occasionally with solid interior defense, solid block. Perimeter defense is solid as well. He's a well-rounded defender, not an elite defender on the perimeter or the interior, but he gives you both at a solid, decent level. Can dunk, can shoot wide open. His release is a bit slow, but the biggest thing that this Magic gives you simply is the fact that he's 6'9" with 7-foot wingspan. He's got fundamental dribble style, but he kind of moves slow in the full court. I don't feel like he's a very fast card. I know he has 90 speed and excel, 90 speed with the ball, but he just doesn't feel very fast. But a little bit of a slow release. The biggest thing he gives you is the defensive versatility, as well as the fact that he can mash. But unfortunately, because his movement just isn't that good, I think that hurts him. If he had better movement, I think I would put him higher on this list. But he's a mediocre defender, and his movement just isn't great. And for that reason, I'm just not going to put him any higher than number 3. At number 2, we're going with the new Dwayne Wade. This Dwayne Wade, when evoed, is, I think there's an argument to be made that he's the best point guard in the game, but I have such a sweet spot for number 1 that I'm just going to stick with him for now. But Wade is 6'4" with a 6'10" wingspan. Hot shots from basically over 10 hoffs, which include sniper, solid finishing badges, volume shooter, downhill, quick for step, clamps, and tireless defender. So he comes with key Hall of Fame badges in all 4 areas, which is super nice. Shooting badges, he comes with everything he needs. Playmaking badges, exact same thing. Defensively, the only badge he's really lacking is rim protector. And I know he's an Evo card, which means you can't add any badges to him, but there's not really any badges besides the rim protector badge that you'd want to add to him in the first place. The thing is, also 90 block. None of these other point guards give you that. His block rating is so nice, and it really helps him on the defensive end of the court, because having a high block rating is so crucial this year because of how key blocks are and getting those fluke blocks to being able to have success. He's an elite shooter. He's got 95 speed and excel, 95 speed with the ball, an elite dunker. And yeah, he's got the Wade release on normal, which isn't the craziest release this year, but it definitely still is really good. It's really quick. It's super easy to green. It's still that base 98-esque release. Slash or dribble style. Kind of disappointing, but it is better than base dribble style, which is what Wall has, I will say. But it's not quick, it's not shifty, it's not even fundamental, and that does hurt him. If he had quick or shifty, he would be the number 1 point guard in the game, no questions asked. But I think he gives you enough on the defensive end of the court with his size, his wingspan, his high block rating, his great perimeter defense, his great slashing ability, his elite jumper, all those things. I think he gives you enough in all of those areas that I would still put him at the number 2 point guard in the game. And then at number 1, we have Penny Hardaway. People are going to take issue with this. I'm already aware of it. Penny Hardaway, though, I think is the best point guard in the game right now. 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan, only 1 3-point hotspot. He's got, I will admit, some limited badges, but the thing is, he gets most of the key badges he wants. The only badge he doesn't get that you would want to add to him are clamps and limitless spot up, and I know he's kind of missing a little bit more than a lot of the other point guards in this list, but he's 6'7", and he's got good speed, good excel, good shooting, good dunking, decent-ish defense. He's not the greatest defender in the world, but if you add those defensive badges, the intimidator, the ankle bracelets, the rim protector, the post lockdown, add the sniper badge, you badge this card out fully, he's going to be super solid on both ends. And the thing about him as well, he gives you the defensive versatility that Magic does in terms of his ability to guard the 3 or the 4 and even hold up on the interior better than any of the other point guards in the game. But he also gives you a solid block rating, and the thing is, I feel like his jumpers are probably a little bit better than Magic's as well. I feel like it's very easy to green. I kind of struggle to green Magic's a little bit. And then the quick dribble style with the Kawhi behind the back, really good size up in the half court. He moves so much better than Magic on the offensive end of the court. His ability to create for himself and for his teammates is much better than Magic's because of his SIGs. And I feel like coupled with his size and his versatility on the defensive end of the court, as well as his ability to knock down shots, his ability to attack the rim and dunk the ball, he gives you more, I think, than any other point guard in the game in terms of his versatility on both the offensive and defensive end of the court. And I know people are going to probably take issue with that because stats and badges wise, he's not quite as good as a lot of the other guys on this court, but because of his animations and how good he plays in game, I do think he is the best point guard in the game, and he is still my favorite point guard in my team right now. So that is going to do it for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with more 2K content very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.